there. Oh, you don't need it, because we're not having a public hearing.
Okay.
It's just a meeting.
And we are recording, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I call this meeting to order. We have the roll call.
Dietrich,
Here?
Larson,
Here.
Bingham,
Here.
and Plagman. Here. Let the record show that all others are absent.
You have a copy of the minutes from the last meeting. Any comments or questions?
Since I wasn't here, I can't vote, but the date on the thing's 2106 instead of 2016.
21.
That's the only thing.
Oh, look at you.
That was me, but I can't vote on that since I wasn't here.
Assuming that that will be corrected, is there a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
Also moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next item on the agenda is the election of officers. I am not going to be the chairman anymore. So the first office up for election is chairman. Are there nominations for the office of chairman?
You won't stay another term?
But, well, no, just, is there someone, would you like to nominate someone?
Sounds like he might.
Who should we?
No.
Who do you recommend?
You said you want to do it, didn't you?
I can do it. I know how to do these things.
Okay, I'll nominate Larry. Like,
It's for a year.
No, I'll do it for 1 year. I
Okay.
believe in everybody taking a turn.
sure.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? I can't nominate anybody. Okay, is there a motion nomination cease?
Motion to cease.
Second?
A second?
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Congratulations, Larry. The office of vice chairman. Open nominations for the office of vice chairman.
Are you interested?
I'll do it.
Okay, I nominate Brett.
Second?
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. Are there any other nominations? Okay. Motion nomination cease.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. With only one nomination, Brett is our new vice chairman. You have a meeting schedule for 2016. Shouldn't take us long to go over that one. We have a total of one meeting in 2016. Matt, do you have any comments about the meetings?
We may have some more meetings this year since we are currently looking at possibly doing, what do I want to call it, right away?
Oh, the towers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right away design standards,
Yes.
right away design standards and adding that to our code. So we may have some discussions about that. We've been approached by a cell phone tower provider who for the first time is claiming utility status, and they have not done this in the past. And their claims to this are, as technology has advanced, they need to be closer to the roadways to be able to handle the data capacity of the newer vehicles that are coming out. And now along with this, in the past, we have not, the landowners have been the ones who got lease rights from these tower providers. We would now be possibly collecting franchise fees.
How's that? From,
from the tower providers.
so they'll lease it from the homeowner or the
No.
landowner?
They would no longer be leasing from the landowners, they would now be in the right of way.
Oh, the right of way within the county. I
Within
get
the
you.
county, which
Makes
would
sense.
then allow us to collect franchise fees from them. This is gonna be a new area of study for me, and with it not being tried before, they are having some success in some other counties in Iowa. Not many, because they haven't approached many, but so we're gonna have an informational meeting again with them tomorrow with some kind of stakeholders here within the county, the sheriff, 911, and once we get a little bit more information, but that's more than likely gonna be a possibility moving forward this year.
So they're proposing the tower itself or more of a repeater along the
It would be,
utility right away?
Tower.
they want towers, they're proposing 2 towers in our right of way. They're proposing right now 120-foot towers.
Okay.
Which logically and where they're at, they wouldn't be allowed to have 120-foot towers, but by us having right-of-way design standards, we can say you can have a 45-foot tower, they can be this far apart, and things like that to them.
What kind of franchise fee would we collect?
That's still unknown right now.
Because we do that with CenturyLink and
Mm-hmm.
Cox, I think, too.
Yeah,
We got like 40 grand out of that last year.
Was it per month, per site?
Because they charge the users, and then that franchise fee comes back to the county after they.
Oh, as a tax, franchise
Yep,
fee tax.
yep.
So then there's that fee, instead of paying the homeowner, landowner, 500, 1,000 a month.
yeah.
I'm assuming that 500, 1,000 is gonna go back to the county per
Well,
month.
and you know, like what he was stating, the franchise fees could wind up being a lot more and money to the county, but
Yeah, that was Scott Bell discovered that, and it was, I think the year prior it was like maybe 50,000, and then last year we had 45.
Before that, you didn't get
We
that?
didn't get them at all.
Where
We
did that
didn't even
money
know
go?
We didn't know we could, so
Oh,
Scott
you started
researched that,
charging
found
it, I
out,
get
you.
yeah. So it was a good,
You say in the right of way, so how far, I assume that's next to a road, correct?
next to a road,
How far away from the road?
just like a light pole.
They're different design. I think they probably, I'm assuming it'd be like the one up there on the trail.
Mm-hmm.
Just looks like a giant blade.
Yeah, just
A giant what?
monopole design. So not like what you would think, you know, the cell phone towers that you see the X's and they're, you know, really tall.
Yeah.
These are monopole designs. It just looks like a pole
Or a tree?
or tree or whatever you ask them to make it look like.
And you can, based on the site, have to have site approval, or are you gonna do a blanket approval, here you go?
No, we would still want some sort of by-site approval.
Yeah.
So are the landowners currently profiting off these?
They are
They are.
currently, and some of them are fairly lucrative for those landowners,
That's
so.
what I thought.
But then based on the technology, it needs to be closer to the right of way versus the distance in those farms,
Mhm.
because those farms are typically bigger towers.
And it would take it, right now, in a majority of our zoning districts, these towers are conditional uses, so they all have to come before the zoning board of adjustments. Some of those meetings can get fairly heated because of the way people feel about, you know, the different rumors out there about cell phone towers and, different things that medically can happen to people and just having to look at them, period. So by us, moving them into the right of way, that would take it out of the hands of the zoning board of adjustment and just put our design criteria on them. So it could be kind of interesting.
If they can make it look like a light pole, it's kind of hard to argue that it ruins the view.
They probably even put lights on them.
We did this in Colorado, same thing, same
Yeah,
stuff.
California, I think, has them all over up and down there.
The other thing what they're doing now is on like the cities or the dense populated area, the repeaters, they're small
Mhm.
little things, like ornaments that hang on the wires on the, so you don't need the tower.
Yeah, they're adding them right to a light pole.
It's like a Wi-Fi
Yeah,
hotspot type
they're adding
thing.
like the antenna right to an actual light pole or
Yeah, she said they're doing it in downtown Omaha,
Lincoln.
Lincoln, some in CD, right?
Yep.
It's all for cell phone communication.
And data,
Yeah,
and data.
The main thing that they're looking at is data capacity, just making sure that there's enough of a, I don't know, stream out there for everybody's vehicles who are running.
Well, it's the iPhones, I think.
And then you got the smart cars, and then that Google car, and you got the Tesla self-driving cars, so you need that data. I work for AT&T.
They bring that up a lot with the self-driving vehicles, that's kind of,
So the more bandwidth, the more spectrum. So they buy spectrum, which then you gotta build out the towers.
I sometimes think the self-driving cars are a really great idea until enough people die, and then they won't be anymore. We have self-driving tractors in agriculture too.
Yep.
But you better have your hands on the steering wheel, because when the tractor's not doing what it has to according to the GPS guidance, then it just goes straight across the field. All you have to do is just steer it. I mean, it's not locked, but it's not totally self-driving, only up to a point.
Yeah, I think San Diego just released their version of public transit that's a self-driving. It's called they call it Ollie. So if you guys ever get online and look that up.
What was it, city?
Ollie. It's San Diego.
Oh, San Diego.
And then LA County, I believe, is going to do it too. But anyway, it's pretty amazing technology. And last summer, Melvin Hauser and myself went and looked at this actual vehicle. And it's got it pulls all these data points as it's driving, so it actually can react faster than a human could to any hazards that are in the way. The problem that they have is places like Iowa, where we have different weather. The weather patterns can affect, how it stops and goes and things like that. So they're working those out, but I do agree. I think initially it's probably going to be a tough going, but ultimately it'll be safer than humans driving. So
As long as there isn't a power outage. No guidance.
they even have them. They have some buses that you can have boardrooms in them, so you could have your meeting in one of these vehicles, and it'll just drive you around town as you're having your meeting in it. It's pretty amazing. So something, if that allows us to have these, that could be a big economic development opportunity for us. So.
Any other comments about the meeting schedules? Is there any other business?
the only other business would be, the pamphlet everybody received on the planning and zoning workshop. That's gonna be in May. I don't know how long it's been since anybody has attended. It's kind of a good refresher of what the different boards, what their place in the whole mess of codes and governmental bodies on how they work. And I'm not sure if it'll be Gary Taylor who comes down and teaches it from ISU or not, but if it is Gary, he does a really spectacular job of explaining everything, and you get a really good dinner.
Is this based on like Iowa's,
Different
Theory
case
of-
law in Iowa, and
it's not comparing to other states or?
no, they do a lot of, they talk a lot about attorney general opinions, different cases and things that have gone on in the state, and what the courts have ruled on from those. So you get a lot of participation from around the southwest Iowa region. Will come up different, everybody from board of supervisor members attend, zoning board of adjustments, planning commissions.
Do you guys do anything with the 20-year planning? Do you have like our input into that?
We just did the land use plan, we just updated the year before last. And so we had a lot of public input and through the board. And we're also involved in like the Heartland 2050, and then there's even another one that came out that I just got, that's gonna kind of coincide with Heartland 2050 more, that has more to do with the economic development part of it. But if you're able to attend or not, if you just happen to keep that with you and want to let Pam know, we'll get you signed up. And like I said, if nothing else out of the deal, you do get a really good dinner
And a certificate, right?
and a certificate.
Okay, if there's any other business, is there a motion for adjournment?
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.